If you have a moment, there is something we must discuss. This won't take long. I have, well, a favor to ask. Something I've been meaning to do for a long time. There is an old tower near here, one that was still occupied by the Vigilants the last I heard. Indeed, it's not to visit an old friend or some such, that's for certain. No, I wish to pray at the shrine there. Although I've never ventured to the place myself, Stendarr's beacon is a symbol of hope to the faithful. I must pay respects to his reverence back in kind. It will not delay us long, I swear. Thank you. It is a small gesture, but every pebble can herald the start of a landslide. I won't miss this opportunity to reflect upon the oath and remind myself of his service. Come. You do not have to join me, if you don't wish.
The suffering the Daedra cause will not go unpunished.
Your light has brought me far, O merciful one. It is through you that I am made whole. It is through your work that I grant reprieve. In your name I shall deliver justice unto this world. My oath remains unquestioned, my faith complete. It is in your service, and with my life, that I am reborn.
Darkness knows you all too well, and it reaches forth.
What? What is this? That cannot be. It mustn't be. I don't understand. This must be some trick. Tell me, Vigilance, which of you would dare to test me so? Step forward, lest I smite each and every one of you with my mace. It's an impossibility. It must be. That voice. I haven't heard it for many, many years. How could she even be? No, this is some trick. I refuse to believe it. I will not. To think that something would dare, that she could... Yes, of course. I need a moment to think. How can this be? How can this be? What you saw was a moment of weakness. It will not happen again. I don't know what I felt. His light is just as strong as it ever was, but the flame inside me flickered. Even though it was just a moment, barely the blink of an eye. The voice you heard was someone from my past. Long, long in the past. What brought her here, in a sense, and how this could interrupt my prayer, I cannot say. It's a long story, from a time before I swore the oath and first walked the path in his name. She's from High Rock, far back to the west, but her name... What was her name? Yes, of course. It would take more than a moment of silence to extinguish his light. If anything, this strengthens my resolve. Perhaps it was a test? Yes, it must have been. I am. Your concern is touching, but unnecessary. Come, I've wasted enough of your time as it is. If this is about what happened at the shrine, you don't need to concern yourself over it. Each of us is tested in different ways. I know in my heart that it was no failing on my part. My duty remains unbroken. as is my belief in his will. That, I admit, still eludes me. Her name, I recognize it. Someone from back home. Something that happened back home. It would seem so, and yet it's as if I could feel it, her voice, only for a moment before I centered myself. Someone from my past, I know that much, but exactly who, I'm not any more certain of that than you. In any case, perhaps its purpose will be revealed in due time. I have already steeled myself for greater trials, greater battles to overcome. Yes? Do you have a reason to be staring at me like that? Do we? I fear there is already much to be done, and we gain nothing by standing idly about. Is this how you broach conversations? Whatever sleep comes to me is far beyond any business of yours. I trust you have a good reason for watching me sleep. You play a dangerous game, indeed, to risk my reflexes kicking in if I awoke. I told you, it was a moment, barely a glimpse. My faith is beyond question. You are right. Blessed are the peacemakers, the lands, the wind. It is for your will, your mercies that I endure. I suppose it should come as no surprise that I have thought long on the voice behind what you overheard. To have such a visceral response. It is unlike anything I've felt before. If this is indeed a test, then I will gladly face it. I must pray, not just anywhere, but somewhere I may feel his gaze upon me, where I am stripped naked before his light. Only then, I think, will I start to find these answers. It will have to suffice. I doubt there is anywhere else in this land that could come close, now that the beacon, well... But we have idled here long enough. Let us move already. Stendarr, hear my words.
Have you come seeking guidance?
Remind us of our place when we forget.
Stand back. You are naught but a distraction. By the light of your gaze, corruption is revealed. By the strength of your word, evil falters. In the darkest corners dust the guilty creep, but it is by your mercy they will be set free.
Everything goes in circles.
What are you? Why have you done this?
You remember, you chose not to. You still can.
Whatever foul power holds you, creature, I demand you show yourself! You will be met by steel and flame!
Let yourself see. You know where you must go. Must face yourself.
I can't.
Prepare yourself, for it is nigh.
Why? Why can't I remember her name? There's a door in the swamp. She wanted me to open it. This must be part of his will. It's something I must do. I shouldn't have come here. We should leave. Yes, we must go. To the swamp, near Mothal. We will each find answers there. I need some time to think. Something awaits behind the door. It is not corruption. That, at least, I know to be true. I can only hope his light will show the way. Here it is. I think it always was. I just didn't see it. I think so. Even if his light may not find me where it leads, I trust in myself and the strength of my faith to shield me. Here, the key. I always had it. I just didn't realize it. Stendarr, guide me. I am ready to face whatever dangers wait beyond. What is this? No, this is all wrong. No, of course not. I would never suffer No, I am starting to remember. This place, it's from back home. We should keep moving.
Can't catch me.
She was always good at playing games. What? Why can I remember that?
Don't you remember?
Remember?
If you find me first, I can tell you.
Why does the blonde one hide? Does she not trust herself?
You know why.
Who are you?
The one you left in the flames. Hello, sister.
Sister? There was no sister.
You sought refuge in faith that all your guilt, all your hand-wringing could not provide.
My Stendarr, if this be true, what is your name?
You forget. You forgot. It was easier that way.
This is some trick. I'm certain of it.
For all your prayers, you were left the fool.
I would never forsake my oath. Never.
You were just a girl then. It was so easy to turn away.
Stendarr, have I...
You failed only yourself. In this place, at this time, the realization finally sinks in.
What happened? Where did it go so wrong?
Perhaps a mistake, but an all too costly one. A candle bumped from the brazier. Perhaps a rug too close to the fire.
What of Mother? Did she...
It is in the past, and the past reaches forth.
I failed you.
A voice left screaming in the flames.
I should have turned back.
You ran as fast as you could.
I deserve death. What penance could possibly suffice to know the suffering I have inflicted? Dearest sister, how could I have forgotten you? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I forgive you. Now please forgive yourself.
Are you...
Yes, it is good to see you again, Celestine. You have done so much.
How can you say that after everything I did? My failing.
We were children, Celestine. No one knew how the fire started. It is by Stendarr's grace that I have watched and helped you as best I can.
His grace?
Of course. You never, ever walked this path alone. Not while we are with you.
Thank you.
No, my dear. Thank you. Now stand, warrior of the faithful, and let the doubt, the guilt be cleared from your heart.
If I may, what was your name?
You know it already, sister. You carried it always in your heart. You never failed anyone, Celestine. It is through trials and suffering which we prove our faith, and yours is fully restored.
Sister. I remember it all now. Stronger than ever before. And yet my anger is also tempered, knowing that she watches me still. He did not forsake me either, even in complete darkness. Now I know fully the path is true. My faith has been questioned before, but each moment was an opportunity to doubly hold true. It is through his light and her mercy that she granted me deliverance. I am free. Your support for me, despite everything, has not gone unnoticed either. I cannot overstate how much it means to me. Thank you, I mean it. Lead the way, my friend.